Good morning, all. Welcome to our next lecture, that is dairy industry. In the previous lecture of introduction to dairy industry, we already studied the food of plant origin and food of animal origin. Then the dairy animals like cattle, buffaloes, and sheep and their breeds. We also studied the diseases of dairy animals. Today we will continuing with the pasteurization. We already studied that is what is the milk and milk product. So preparation and preservation which required the application of heat to destroy microorganism present in it. Then the object of dairy industry are first to destroy any disease producing organism and second to improve their keeping qualities. These two objectives we already studied in the previous lecture. Then the pasteurization. Pasteurization it can be defined as the exposure of the milk to various degrees of temperature under control condition to kill the organism in it and to preserve in it. Then the types of pasteurization. There are two types of pasteurization. First is low temperature and long time, and second one is high temperature and short time. The first is low temperature and long time. In this type of pasteurization, the 61.7 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes it carried out in the holding compartments, and second one is the high temperature and short time. In this method of pasteurization, the 71.1 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes in a continuous stream. Now these two techniques are different. So in both the techniques or both the types, the specific exposure time or specific heating time is maintained. Why this perform heating is required, or what is the significance of the specific heating time? So the uniform heating is both the temperature and the period of heating of all portion of the milk or cream is highly desirable. Then it is highly recommended. Now it is essential that all the material heated sufficiently to destroy any pathogens present in it, whereas the overheating of the portion of the milk may give a pronounced heated flavor to the product, and in case of the milk a serious decrease in the milk line. So it is observed. Now whatever foam is found over the milk, that foam is having a low temperature as compared to the boiling milk. So for example, the foam which is present on the milk has a temperature 0.8 degree Celsius, but below the foam having 80% of more temperature than that of the food. Okay, so bacteria which is present in the milk underlying milk is get killed as compared to the bacteria which is the present in the foam. So uniform heating is important to kill the bacteria or spores which is present in the milk. So uniform heating is important. Now after heating, in the process of pasteurization there is cooling process. So what is pasteurization? The milk is passed through the hot section or hot container, it is passes through the cold container. This hot or cold, this cycle are alternate with the another. So this cycle is for the killing the bacteria which prevents the growth of bacteria in it, and alternately prevents spoiling of the milk that renders the keeping time of the milk. So how and why the cooling after the pasteurization plays important role in the retaining of the keeping qualities of the milk. So necessity of the cooling the milk or cream at low temperature immediately after the pasteurization is generally appreciated, and it is demanded by many regulation. So pasteurization destroy large percentage of bacteria present in it, but it cannot prevent the growth of remaining bacteria, those who are entered during the handling. The activity of such organism which gain entry in the milk after the pasteurization must be prevented by low temperature and from the standpoint of the control of bacterial growth. Actually, this should be reached quickly. So, what should reach quickly? After the heating period, there must be a cooling section. So, while performing pasteurization, if any kind of bacteria which gain entry into the inside the milk, so that will be inhibited or that will be killed by the cold temperature. As we said that the some type of bacteria which survive through the process of pasteurization. So this pasteurization normally does not destroy all the organism present in the lots of the milk, or that bacteria which heat resistant that remains inside after the pasteurization procedure. This belongs to Actually, this belongs to various physiological and morphological groups. When pasteurization was being readily extended in the field of dairy, the prevailing idea that the bacteria that survive and the possess were largely spore forming bacteria. One of the group of scientists, that is Arist and Johnson, they observed that 2020 unselected bacteria that survive after the pasteurization at temperature 62.8 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes. In this case, the low temperature and long time of the type of pasteurization is here. Out of 2025 bacteria, only 3% of spore forming. Another group of scientists reported that among 81 culture isolated from the laboratory pasteurized milk, where there 13 spore forming rods and 19 streptococci, 24 micrococci and 2 sarcini and 23 non-spore forming bacteria are there. Then here is a picture of pasteurization, where you can see here is a milk collected from the cow and it is heated immediately in the heating section and it is suspended for cooling. Actually, when the milk is collected from the cow, it is immediately transferred into the heating section to heat the milk to prevent the bacteria or to kill the bacteria in it, and then it is passes to the cooling section. This is a cooling section where the remaining bacteria which is killed or get freeze. Okay, so when the milk is collected from the cow and it is heated immediately and suspended for the cooling, so whatever bacteria which can enter or which gain entrance into the pasteurization or after heating while handling, they gain entrance into the milk, get killed or get freeze. Because of this, cold temperature of this milk is packed and it get or it pack for the selling purpose. Okay, the milk is collected from cow, then it is transferred into the heating section to heat it and then transferred to the cooling section. After the cooling, it is transferred or the milk is packed. Milk is packed for the selling purpose. Then the next is cooling after pasteurization. Cooling after pasteurization, it prevents growth of those bacteria which remain after the pasteurization and may enter in subsequent handling, and such bacterial activity is prevented by low temperature. Okay, so then the bacteria survive after the pasteurization. Then the Massey is reported that among 81 cultures isolated from laboratory pasteurized milk, there were 13 are the spore forming rods, 24 are the streptococci, 2 are the sarkinate, and 23 are the non-spore forming rods. Okay, so here is an image of some kind of bacteria on the basis of their size and shape. The first is a circular bacteria. Okay, their shape is, the bacterial shape is the circular. So in this picture there are three circular bacteria are there. Then the next column is rod shaped bacteria. These bacteria have the rod shape. Okay. Third one is a curve form. 1, 2, 3 are the curve shaped bacteria. Then the other shape. Okay. There are 4 bacterial shape depending on their size and shape. Okay. Now the Streptococcus organism. The Streptococcus organism, here 19 Streptococcus survive after the pasteurization. The Streptococcus organism, they are of various kinds and are capable to survive after pasteurization. Ayer and Johnson, they studied 139 cultures of streptococci isolated from the cow feces, cow udder, and the mouth of cow, and from the milk of the cream, and found that with the 30 minute of its exposure of the milk, 89 or 64% of them, they can survive at 80 degrees Celsius. So you can assume that this streptococci is very stable. Okay, very stable in the 60% or 60 degree Celsius after the pasteurization procedure. The streptococci which is get easily, or the streptococci easily get an entry in the milk, because this streptococci is found in the cow's udder where the milk is collected. Okay, cow's udder means where the milk is collected, that region is called cow's udder. Okay, in all parts of cow and streptococci is found. Where is the streptococci found? In the cow's udder and all parts of the cows, that is face of the cow, tail of the cow, then other region of the cow where the streptococci is found. So it get entry in the milk and it can survive after the pasteurization. Even the micrococci organism, Carcinae, and non-spore forming bacteria can survive in the pasteurization process. Okay, these all the bacteria are present on the cow's body, so it can survive after the pasteurization. Actually, these bacteria are present on the cow's body or all parts of the cow's body, so it get entry in the milk easily. Okay, next is advantages of pasteurization. There are two types of advantages of pasteurization. First is reduction in the spreading through milk, and second is improvement in the keeping qualities of milk. So how can reduce the pathogen in the milk? when the milk is collecting from the cows, there are many bacteria is present like on the udder of cow, face of the cow or all parts of the cow. So if the proper precautions or proper handling are taken, then we can reduce the pathogens in the milk. Also we can use the proper equipment or clean equipment or bacterial free equipment, then we can reduce the bacteria in the milk. Okay, here we completed our topic. In next video we will be study another topic. Thank you.